Let's go through the Gold Cup squad very quickly. I want yes or no, as in, are they a guaranteed World Cup squad member?
Oh.
Okay. So just go around the table, yes, no for each player. All right. Yes, guaranteed. No, not guaranteed. Okay. Max Capo. Yes.
Guaranteed.
Tom McGill.
Not guaranteed.
Not guaranteed.
Dane Sinclair. You can all agree. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Okay. Sam Adekubi.
Yes.
Derek Cornelius.
Yeah.
Yes.
Luke de Fougerolles.
I would say yes.
I think he's a yes above Sam Adekugbe, just so you know.
No.
No, you can't make that. It's apples to oranges.
I'm
Yeah,
just
you
saying, it's
need
not
a-
apples to oranges.
Then
Because we're
who's the other-
talking about yes or no, right?
Yeah, but what other left-sided player are you going to bring? You need your lefties.
Fonzie's a little bit.
Yeah, Fonz.
So
Right.
Sam, yes.
Jamie Knight LaBelle.
No.
No.
No, not yet.
No.
Here's an interesting one. Richie Larea.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just only concerned with Richie has injuries, right? That's
Yeah,
the
and
way to
Sharms,
say it.
Richie came down to talk to, because Alex McKechnie, just a little quick insight, came down, said hi to all of us. And I talked to Richie on the side, and he said, yeah, I'm feeling, he's excited to be back. I'm feeling 100% again. And it was nice to have a chat with him.
He was causing shit within about 5 minutes. Of
Yeah.
Loved it.
We were actually in the end zone. We were in the end zone,
Oh.
Dubs, and well, Jimmy, I think you were still there too when they were chanting Richie's name, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Richie Larea. It was amazing.
Yeah. If he's
That was
healthy, he's in. Alex Johnson, obviously, yes. Kamal Miller.
No.
No.
Nico Seeger.
Yes.
Couple starts.
Joel Waterman.
No.
No.
Midfielders. Ali Ahmed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tejon.
Yes.
Mathieu Chouanier.
No.
No.
Oh,
Not that he won't be a part of it, but is he a given at this point? No.
Yeah, exactly.
Stacks. The new Stacks. Stephanie
It's like Craig Forrest? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good for 60 seconds.
What about football?
30 seconds.
Ishmael Kone. How about Ishmael Kone?
Yes.
Guaranteed
Yeah.
to be in the squad.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Bloody hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden Nelson.
No.
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Here's a bit of a toughie one. This might be the hardest one. Jonathan Osorio.
Yes.
I'm going to say yes.
Me too.
Jeez.
He is somebody for me. Before you answer, Jimmy, just making sure that you know that I'm
No,
talking
just
about
Speak,
your other
for
chance to
God's
go.
sake. Speak.
Like, what are you leaning on if you're Jesse Marsh? Like, sometimes there are players that you can't leave off because of what they bring to the squad, and that is Jonathan Osorio to me. The intangibles.
Yeah, they're overflowing right with Ozo for sure. Nathan Saliba.
No.
Jimmy, Craig? No?
Not yet.
Okay. Jacob Schaffelberg.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really? I hope to see him there. He hasn't had a great season again, though, for Nashville.
No, but he shows up for
no, he
he was
does.
He's like
excited.
Crapo, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he shows like honestly, that guy is made for maybe international national
maybe.
team games. 'Cause
Yeah, but he brings something different, and you need players that are different and that can come off the bench and make a difference. And he can. He's direct in his play, and the way that he plays actually suits this national team.
I just wonder if Liam Miller comes back healthy at the top of his game. There's a competition there, isn't there? On that left-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd take him. Here's a tough one for you. Jonathan David. Do you think he's guaranteed to make the squad? Yeah.
Yes.
Possibly. Okay.
On the cusp.
Promise David.
No guarantees yet, but
really,
Hmm.
I'd say
I like his profile. We figured it out. He's like a John Fashanu. He's like, man,
The Bash.
The Bash, yeah. What a profile. What an athlete this guy is.
He's
Just
huge.
powerful, huge, strong.
Well, it's interesting. Just Jesse was mentioning like match fitness, like fitness, to play that pressing style of football he's not used to.
Yeah.
And that he needs to work on his fitness. This is the end of domestic season. It's interesting.
That's going to be the biggest issue for Promise David, is can he do what Jesse Marsh wants? And that, I mean, talking with Jesse Marsh, that was one of the things that he was saying. The guys that are coming in right now that are kind of on the cusp, can they do what I ask? Can they play the way that I want to? Now, when you look at Promise David, does he have that physique that he can press for 90 minutes and go hard? No, because he's just all power, isn't he? But he brings something different as a striker. And I like that partnership with him and Jonathan David. And you saw it where Promise took care of the two center backs. He was bullying them, created space for Jonathan David to come underneath and play and get on the ball. So I think you have to have a player that's like that, because he does bring something completely different than what we have in this national team. Because Kyle Larin can't bring that. Jefferson's not going to bring that. But for a big target man, a big bully up top, Promise David, if he keeps going the way that he's going, yeah, he'll be a guarantee for me to be in the squad.
What about Dan Jefferson?
No guarantees yet.
No guarantee.
Same as
Agree
Promise.
with that.
Big year coming up for him, right? See where he plays, right?
Mhm.
He's played at Bournemouth, but he's coming off the bench since his loan ended. But I think he's combined for like 115 minutes for Bournemouth this year. Didn't work out from at Watford. He needs to get that. That next move for him is absolutely key.
Yeah. Good point, Charms.
He's huge as well.
Season.
He's big. Jefferson's a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
Like the blonde hair, I have to say, stood out. You know, he wants to be stood out, seen by everyone. A little bit of swagger there. Kyle Larin, leaving Mallorca, looks of things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would say yes.
You need him. 100%.
You need him. Yeah.
So are you going with 5 strikers? Tani Olowosei?
No.
Not necessarily, no.
Okay.
That
He might
if
be the
this
most
is 26 or
informed.
20, sorry, Sharms, if this is 26 or 23, wow, this really makes a big difference.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yep.
That's super Canadian, the way I asked that.
Yeah.
I tell you, I wouldn't want Jesse Marsh's job and all those paychecks having to decide.
Yeah.
Wow, the pressure he must be under. I know. We'll see. I mean, listen, it's a good-looking squad. I like it a lot. I really hope that there's someone we haven't mentioned or even thought of yet, who they've got in their back pocket, someone that perhaps has a grandfather who happened to be in Canada once upon a time.
Yeah. It's a huge decision that he's got to make. Obviously, he's not going to pick the squad and probably not even thinking about it until he gets closer to the date, because it's all about performance. Who's performing going into the World Cup? And you look at it and you think, okay, over the last 2 years, nobody really talked about Promise David. And all of a sudden last year he has a breakout season, scores bags of goals in the national team, gets his debut, scores again. And you watch next year, you're going to see a couple other players are going to get a little breakthrough and perform well. And so it's all about timing and performance, really. That's when he's going to make the decision.
I wanted to bring up Oso one more time, just because it's a great conversation. But even more, is there anybody in the Oso realm of they're on the ledge kind of thing of going in or going out, but they bring the intangibles? Is there anybody else like that on the national team that you would consider if the performance isn't 100% there, but they add so much leadership and all the? Is there anybody else on the team that you're looking at that you'd say that about?
Well, Larin to me is in the same conversation as Oso in terms of what he brings.
Great point.
Richie
So that
Larea.
is that. Oh,
Yes,
Richie.
of course, for sure.
Okay.
But do you think Richie? I mean, Richie, I think is a little bit. He's got 2 feet in there still. I think. Whereas
You mean
Ozil
just- Just talking
squad.
performance.
yeah,
For sure.
Yeah.
He brings us intangibles as well. But that right hand side, you need something. I'm not sure who's playing the right wing,
Yeah.
and he can play
Richie,
right back, left wing.
That's it.
That's it. He's a utility as well, right? You need that utility player. In a pinch, you can play left side, right side. You can play anywhere that you need him.
Right.
And the C factor, right? You need that cunt.
You do.
You really do.
You need the cunt card. You 100% do.
I didn't know where you were. I was like, Captain?
I knew instantly.
It's true though. You need that C factor in every team. You need that guy or girl who's gonna not be intimidated by whoever they're playing and is happy to put 2 feet in on Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo or whoever it is and not give a shit. That's Richie.
Level of irreverence, right? You're like, oh, I don't give a shit. This is pretty interesting. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's Richie.
Yeah.
There's got to be a bit there. Richie, the most lovable cunt in the world.
He really is. He really is. He's such a good guy.
Yeah, that'd be a great T-shirt.
You know what? Let's get them made. Annie, if you're listening.
Yeah.
We saw Annie.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
I
yeah?
mentioned her.
Yeah.
Of course. Amazing.
Yeah.
She's the best.
Lovely.
I'm trying to think, but Wonga, it's a good question, though. But yeah, I think Kyle is probably that guy, though. Yeah. That, I mean, again, a massive off season for him. Like, sounds like he's leaving Mallorca, maybe on loan. There is interest in him in Spain. Is he better off staying in Spain, a top league in the world, perhaps not getting the minutes that he would get elsewhere? Or is he better off coming back home, I wonder? Because I think he'd still score a lot of goals in MLS, don't you?
Oh, God, yeah.
I think so.
Oh yeah.
Would that be a move that he should consider with the World Cup on the horizon?
Good
Good
question.
marketing.
Maybe.
Good marketing,
Yeah.
right?
I think he should stay in Europe. Stay in Spain if he can.
I don't know, Jimmy. I think I know a team that could do with some depth up front.
Yeah.
MLS, Canadian boy.
Yeah.
Well,
He would
that's great.
he would bag goals for fun in MLS. But the thing is, you're going into a World Cup, you're playing against world-class players. And for me, I think Carl Larin needs to stay in a world-class league going into this World Cup. So I would like to see him stay in La Liga.
Well, let's revisit these the next little while. We'll try and remember episode 854. We'll actually just get these written down somewhere, or someone out there. Can you do it for us? Maybe AI can.
AI
to transcribe this for
definitely
us,
can.
and then
Clean up our workflow.
yeah, exactly.
And I just wanted to add, like, it's not the same discussion as an Oso or a Larin, but when you're thinking about, those positions and what's needed, whether it's like across the front line, left wing, more central areas like that number 9 or in the right wing, a guy like Theo Bair, like we didn't mention his name. There's Stephen
Frifa, yeah.
There's also Jason Russell-Rowe, who's continuing to play really, really well. So I think you're looking more at like I think those list of players who are eligible, who are in contention, probably balloons close to 30, right? If we're being realistic about it, which is
It's a great point you made, though. It's
Marsh.
a great point you made about that was the conversation post-Copa. What are they beyond the 11? And now suddenly there's some real questions to be asked, and that's great. What is what area of the pitch are you most concerned about? Is it defense, midfield, or attack?
For me, it's the left side.
Yeah.
Because of injuries. After Schaffelberg, who are you putting there? I think you have players like Richie, who's versatile. He can play fullback or he can play winger. But who's going to be somebody who's going to be like a game breaker? And I don't know if we have them there. Like if Fonzie's a bit dicey coming back from that injury, who do you go to next as that left fullback? I mean, yeah, Richie can be deployed, I think, quite comfortably, but you're not getting maybe the same ceiling, at least in the way of contributions going forward. And then that left wing as well, with Liam Miller, I think probably being the number 2 behind Schaffelberg. How healthy is he going to be and who's going to push Schaff, right? And if he's not in form, who do you go to?
My biggest question for Jesse Marshall was how to get the most out of Fonzie when he returns, because we know what Fonzie is. He's one of the great players in world football.
Yeah.
Has he really shown it consistently for Canada? Looks a little bit lost out there sometimes, tries too hard. Should he be on free kicks? Should he not be on free? There's a lot of questions about Fonzie. You have to find a way.
Yeah.
No, he shouldn't be. I think we can agree with that, right?
Yeah.
He shouldn't be. But Jimmy, how do you get the most out of him? What is he? How is he best utilized?
I think you got to keep him in that left back role and let him bomb on. And depends who's playing in front of him. I thought their partnership with Miller was very, very good because his movement created that runway for Davies to get down the line. Times you could see it with Schaff, but Schaff is a very, very direct player who just wants to go straight down the line. Very rare does he want to drift inside and get on the ball. He said it himself. I want to get in behind and I want to get at players. So now you've got one of the fastest players in Major League Soccer in front of Fonzie. Fonzie's got to chase him up the pitch, and I'm just worried about that combination. And then you said in your question was what areas concern you? For me, it's still the center back role, because if Bambito or Cornelius goes down, do we have enough experience to step in and fill in and can hold their own in a World Cup? Fougerolle, we saw, for me, I thought was very, very good. He's going to be a great player, but still, does he have the experience? Kamal Miller, does he have the legs and pace that can track world-class strikers? Knight LaBelle, still young, still learning his trade. Is he World Cup ready? No, not yet. So I think that's a position that kind of scares me at the moment. If Bambito or Cornelius go down, what's next?
It's so typical of sporting fans to just raise and elevate someone unfairly. And I fear that with Luc Fougerolle right now. He has a really good game against Ukraine in what is ostensibly a friendly. And now we're elevating him, saying, "Oh, we're okay at center back. Wow, we've got great depth. We're amazing." Fantastic. And we might be. He might be that.
There's no such thing as friendlies.
No?
Really? Even
no.
I guess
it just puts a wrong tag on it, because for the players that are competing for positions and trying to get into the squad, it's not a friendly. It's as important as any other match. Doesn't matter whether it's Gold Cup, whether it's World Cup qualifying. It's as important. Every single time you take that pitch, you better make sure that you can look in the mirror after and say, I've left it all out there at least.
Stacks, you're totally right. I mean, they should get away from the name friendlies, because everybody's got this image now that, it's a friendly and the players don't care. Of course they care. I mean, you look at Bassong. I thought Bassong was brilliant in the match as well. Fougerolle, Igor, Saliba, these players are fighting for a position in this Gold Cup. They're fighting to be in that World Cup space. And all of them, there was no passengers in that game for me all over the park. Everybody was fighting for something. So it's not a friendly. There's always something at stake.
Just to make the point, the only person that called it a friendly was me. No one else is.
Yeah. You hear it all the time from people that don't play. Oh, it's just a friendly. The players, they don't really care. They don't take it serious. No, they fucking do. They do, because you want to start as many games as you can. You want to play a significant role in that national team.